I guess we'll start the recording now. What? Oh, right. Oh, wow. This is way far back. God damn. I think this is all still relevant, though. So let me... Just gonna grab everything, copy it up, and then go from there. This is super far back. All right. Because I gotta build a Green 4 project site in, and then I also need to consider how many units I'm gonna put down. Probably like 30 to 40. Man, living on photosynthesis, yeah, right? You just exist? Nice. Tonight is the 28th? Alright, I'll make sure it's saved accordingly. I guess I'll just keep it backlogged. Because I still have it as 27. But someone go check my VODS channel real quick. See if we're up to 27. Because maybe I'm crazy. That's always a possibility. Oh, I didn't want to show that, but that's fine. There are no Tunguskas here. Everything is fine. And we're going to build out this and that. And this is just going to be a fun little project thingy. So we have the base commander of the project. This is a small project, though. So I'll put them over there. I'm going to put a few elite guards in. They count as squad leaders. Put them there. Put them there. That is not what I wanted to rotate. Stop it. Put another one there. Then I need a squad leader. Put them in there. Any good spot for marksman? I might just do it on the sides here. A little tucked away, hidden position for funsies. I also need some AT positions. I'll keep those more open, though, so we'll do a third marksman over here. Yeah, the last one on VOD was 26, yeah, so I'm just losing my sanity. Oh, come on. Give me, where's a... I should find an ion, right? Right, come on. There we go. Now, you're probably wondering, what's going to be in this one? I'll show you in a second. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. They're gonna probably like those. Now, I can't remember if I put that in the thing as the Tier 5 upgrade. Let me go ahead and look at their sheet real quick. Because if I did, then it gets heavily discounted. If I didn't, then... haha. But I think it's mainly for the rounds and not... Yeah, so the M107, it discounts the research, and then it's mainly for the explosive rounds. That's why when they asked me, like, a few weeks ago, saying, oh, can we get explosive rounds for it? I'm like, yeah, sure. You'll get there eventually, I promise. So yeah, that'll unlock those. I'm going to be honest, normally I do a dice roll to see what project gets unlocked. This one I just chose because they started asking about it, and I'm like, haha, yeah, no, we'll get there. We'll get there. You just gotta get to it first, guys. So I'm just like, all right, F it, we'll make this work. All right, so how many guys do I have in this group? Because I got to count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. So the reason I'm counting them off is because... Hold on, that number's going to go up a little bit because we're going to put some vehicles down. I need to subtract that from the kill count so it's not counted on Op 4's kill count when they kill Green 4. It's going to be 26. To be evil, I'm going to drag the fuel out and use this as basically a man-portable crows. Group it up with a squad. And then that vehicle I'll just have out here. We're going to do an RP Vic and... if I have them... I mean, I don't really need this. Instead, we can just do that, and then... I can just pull them from here. Gotta be careful, because some of them aren't like towable. They're kind of weird. Like, they're not air towable at all for some weird reason. And then I wanted, like, a basic bitch transport. Which I can stash, like, right there. Alright, cool. Alright, next thing we gotta do is all of their arsenal changes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these clicked, and then attributes. Arsenal, and I'm gonna be tabbing in and out for this. Yeah, righto, Broadshore. Just come back in 30 minutes. We'll have this done. I wasn't reading chat. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway. Now I'm going to go into my shot here. So, M16GL. I think that was to add a grenade launcher on their current AR setup. Which now I need to find what the current AR setup is. Here it is. So, we already have that set. Wait. Damn it. Now I gotta look at the document, because we already had that in the arsenal. Do I just have it double listed like an idiot? I might. Or did I give him the right weapon? Oh, it's for the M16A3. That's it. It's a weak upgrade, but yeah. I think that was it. Silly me. 9 Banes. That's going to be the funky one. Glocks, which are the 15-round. Counter intel, I need to do a quick readout here, just because I want to confirm my numbers. They know of 3 of them. Okay, so I'm good. But it has more of them listed out. And then we list out what we have here. So now I need to do some document work real quick to add what they have. Cool. All right, so we need to go over here. God. All right, 3 more MiGs. Never ask Mac Marine what he calls Op4 MiGs. It's borderline bannable. It kills me every time I hear it. All right, 3 MiGs, 3 L-39s, 3 AH-1Zs. Three M2A3s. 4 1240 HMGs. 2 darter drones and 1 additional Mantis gun, and I assume he wants that attached to a truck. And the truck was destroyed, so we have to take out 2 of these. So that brings them down to 7 of those trucks. And then we're going to have 8 instead of 650 cals. Okay. All right, now I got to essentially set these up. Alphabetically challenged, I see. Yeah. Three of those, 3 of these. Six of those. 3 of those, and then that, the darters, and then the Mantis gun should still be set up. I think I moved it over here. Yeah, so that'll be fine. And then let me just check my work real quick just to make sure. That was the wrong thing. I want to look into the inventory here. The 717 VOD is the one missing from the VOD channel. Shit. That might be deleted. Damn, it was a recent one, too. That was 2 weeks ago. So that would have been op number 25 or 26. No. Well, no, 2 weeks ago, yeah, it would be, so, fuck. Okay, well, I gotta go see if I have that somewhere. Probably not, though, because I've been keeping very good records of my stuff. But thank you for checking. All right, so I do see 9 bands. It might have been the gamer word, but it still would have gotten uploaded to YouTube. But that might have been the day where that happened, so yeah. Shit happens. Alright, so I got all the new stuff verified there. Now we just have to make sure everything is set with the document. So we're going to do some checking here. So we have 7 of these, that's fine. We have 3 of these with 2 are spawned, that's fine. We have 6 Land Rovers, 2 UAZs, and a Dishka UAZ. I'm not going to bother spawning those. If they want them, they can ask for them. 2 of these, 2 of those, 2 of those. 1 with the attached, 1 with a GMG. And they technically have 5 of these, and they've been making a lot of use of them, so I'm just going to spawn them. We have an MTLB ZU-23, yep. We've got 2 1127s, 3 BMP1s, only 1 BMP2 remaining. Then we've got the 6 M2A3s, a single M6A2, I got 3 T-55... Or no, T-72As spawned. We have a single M60A1. Still have 3 rhinos, 2 leopards, and then the statics don't matter. Air, we've got 8. I've got 5 of them spawned. 2 UH-1 transports. I think the Griffin went down. Yeah. Griffin finally got taken out. They got 2 of those. We have 2 AN-2s. I'm going to give them rockets, but if they want to change them out, they can. I think rockets are the best thing to put on them. And then the 3 L-39s. Still have the 2 A-10s. And then do we have a UH-60? Yes, transport. Okay. So that's everything right on that file. And now, looking at this defensive AO, what do I want to add? I'm going to do a few Mi-8 gunships grounded because we have multiple FARPs in play. The difference of what I'm doing this week is I'm going to subtract them from the document now. That way I don't have to keep roster on them. And then if they survive, then we can just put them back. So everywhere where there's a FARP, I'm going to put one of these down. So that's 1, 2... They unlocked a lot of FARPs. FARPs are literally just positions where there's, you know, additional resources to grab. And a, I don't think I do base commanders for FARPs. Someone fact check me. Do I do base commanders for FARPs? Because I can't remember. So that's 3. So that's down to 25. I have ZSUs deployed, Tunguska's deployed. A bunch of other funny stuff deployed. I haven't done a weekly resource cache-in yet. I'm going to sit on them because I'm going to potentially start getting tier 5 upgrades. I'm going to deploy a platoon of BTR 80s as well. Those are 2-man. That is not what I copied. Thank you, game. Where do I want to put them? I'll put one as a blocking unit there. One as a blocking unit there. One as a defensive blocking unit down there. And then the 4th one, I'll keep defensive as a blocking unit here. T-55s, 71. We'll do 6 of them. So that would be 65 remaining. That is, I believe, a 3-man crew. And I basically want to put them on Overwatch positions around this position here to kind of lock things down. So that's 2... 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let me tab back in just so I can see what you guys are saying. Here's what I can do. I can literally just save and then...
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
check logs of previous... Well, actually, hell, we have a FARP right here. Do I have a base commander in it? I do. Okay, so officers tied to base commanders, tied to FARPs. Besides, we have to increase the amount of base commanders Mac Marine is going to kill via airstrikes. It's not right if we don't keep giving him the opportunity to do it, and then he doesn't. Wait, so I have a base commander there. I just didn't on the other 2 FARPs, because I'm a chucklehead. Okay. Makes sense. And I think for now, that's a good setup for the AI, because we don't want to completely overdo the amount of AI we have. But I think that is a good start. And then we save this as op28, and then I export it out. Who uses planes? POG has been using planes. I mean, planes have the highest attrition rate, though. If you give me 50 right now, can you ban Dream to only fly the ANs? I can't control what another player does. I never like to directly influence another player's fun because that has some pretty sinister applications, and I don't want to do that. But you can ask him. And if he says yes, then by all means. All right, so I saved it locally, and now we have to go into our files. Give it a second, because my files are deciding to be slow. Then we go into missions. We go into POG's stuff, copy everything except the mission SQM, paste it in the new thing, and then we save, and then export. And we'll see how they deploy this one. You crave attention? What do you need? Hey, Thomas. I have a bunch of your UAZ Dishkas in the AO already. We're going to be trying to use them for defensive purposes. Alright, so now I just need to get this sent in. I am just trying to find the chat. There it is, and now we go to MP missions, and we chuck that in there. Alright, gonna change the music up again. I'm trying to think what... I mean, for funsies, we can just listen to this. Yeah, why not? Some dev for the next Congo up. And then it was 26 green 4 total there. All right, Geosambantan will be our next map. We're going to Alt F4 Arma here. We're going to boot up Congo. And I'm going to work on this Saturday's mission. I don't mind if it's meted because they've gotten their ass kicked twice, and even if they do meta it, we still have a significant chunk of numbers, so it's not going to change much. Oh, and this is going to require me to have to copy and paste Tan On's file. Can someone look in my VODS channel and tell me what numbered mission Tan An was? I think I named it as Tan An. T-A-N space A-N. Tan On, Tan An. Because I'm going to basically copy and paste that mission onto this AO and then add to it. And, of course, update the title for funsies. Yep, Zealous, it should be in the group chat. We got those mine detectors this time. So Op4 does. So if they deploy any minefields and I detect them, I will be able to basically sweep them. I'm working on a prototype vehicle for Op4 to research and deploy against minefields to sweep them automatically. It's going to take me more than a week, though. Because I literally have to prototype something from scratch, and I don't have an equivalent of a Striker, a 1127, that has that mine sweep capability. So I just have to, you know, finagle something. I'm trying to think what... Also, Knight, yeah, go ahead. You already did, but yeah, no, it should be fun. Oh, I'm trying to think. My mod list has surpassed 700 mods. Yeah, right. Fuck. Nope, I'm gonna have to look this up because it's gonna take less time. Okay, I don't have... Sorry, I got caught up in something else. Okay, I gotta talk to Mac then. We might have his op on Sunday then. Op announcements. If I type Tanon... And then I look for the announcements itself. Okay, so it was on Wednesday, June 18th. So which mission file was made before June 18th? June was the previous month. So 13, 12, 11, 10. Was it 9? Please be right. Please tell me I have a big brain. 9 feels like too far back, but then again, I mean, there has been a lot of other developments. Hey! All right. Literally going to delete everything here that is symbolism based. Because I don't want to accidentally copy and paste any symbols that shouldn't be there. Yeah, God, that was back when we had, yeah, so many death stacks of troops. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, remember that 6,000. Not including border forces. Oh, shit, one of them got copied. All right, remember that that one's copied. $6,000 op4, and then I copied that on accident. Are we on op 18? I think it is 18. Because last time was 17, right? But I should be able to see because I think I already did some AO changes. Yes, I did. Okay. And then Control-Shift-V. Remove those so they stay on map. It's going to take a second, and boom. All right. Perfect. And then that, which one was double pasted? Okay, it wasn't a double paste, but one of you shouldn't exist, so I'll remove that one. Redeploy forces here. Looks like I had a camp there, and I just didn't have it copy-pasted. That's fine. But yeah, I also blew 4 there in an uncontested area, so let's go ahead and stretch that down. But yeah, 6,000, right? And now we look. Okay, actually, I lied. It's not that bad because we do have... I did add these 2,000 marks recently. That's the new forces coming in. So we took that away. It was literally 2,000 and then 800 and then another 300. So it was half, but now we have the extra 2,000s here, so they have been replenished. This also means reinforcements are going to come from the far side. So how do we want to build this AO? It's literally going to be this. And I might do a 1-up here and just let Blue 4 choose their starting spot. At this point, all bridges have been rebuilt as well. I could probably add a camp or 2 here. Some of these kits are going to be slightly older, so they're not going to be as varied. But here, let's do some camp dev. Camp dev is fun. Oh, we also need to do upgrades. I haven't done upgrades in a hot second, so what do we want to upgrade here? I usually do 5 or 6 kits. SKS, let's make that an AKM... you are going to get a frag grenade. You are going to get a chest rig. Steal some Alice webbing. You are going to get an M1 helmet. You are going to get an RPG-18. And you are going to get... What's my cheapest plate carrier in the Congo campaign? M23. It's got no body armor. It's fine as long as we put it in. Yeah, it should be good. And then my team lead. What's the second cheapest helmet? M40. Which he already has on. Light combat helmet. Roger, you here, buddy? There you are. All right. Here's what you do, buddy. I'm going to send you the mod set in a second. What you're going to do is, in the previous screen, if you go up to on the main menu after you boot the game, there will be under options on the top right, you'll see a button that says Ace Arsenal. It'll put you in this interface. Not in a map, but, you know, it's a passive one. You build whatever you want here, and then you hit the export button. and then you go into my chat with me and you post. I'll shoot it to you as an example. But that's the example. Let me now send you the mod set. There you go, Browski. And then I can import it with that button next to export, and we can add that in. There was another kit I had to add. I think it was Miner's Kits. I have a funky way of having a way that these kits can't be looted. It's going to require a bit of setup time, but it's a 100% guaranteed success. It just means that there's going to be a bit of an explosive finale when the units are killed. What was I looking at? I need to go into my chat. There we go. My workstation, because that had this. Yeah, because the stuff people are giving are very OP. Oh, hold up. So, in order to prevent the ratting of the OP stuff, I have a way that we can prevent that. So yeah, I go and I hit import, and that's actually not a bad kit. Not gonna lie, it's pretty balanced. Hunted by Ion Dweebs. Perfect. All right, anyway, we are going to do some garrison work on some various campsites here. Those camps don't exist anymore. So yeah, their job is literally going to be to isolate and eliminate troops. And then that garrison moved down there. So it's going to be a pretty hefty kill mission. Oop, I still have that. Okay, hold on. And then I just scramble kits here. Most of these guys are just random riflemen, but we got some machine gunners, AT, and marksmen all lined up with various weapons. I like to put in around anywhere from like 8 to 14 guys per camp. It just depends on the composition. But I need a nice open area to put a camp down. I don't like to rip environment blocks out because it just challenges me. So something like this, we just adjust, we delete terminals. But you know, this is just to show off a little bit of how sausage is made. I don't always put that team leader down, but again, these are just static hardpoints. They used to be a bit of a challenge, but now a lot of players have UGLs or multi-shot GLs. And that usually just wipes most of the camp outright. So now I don't, like, I used to, like, literally put guys around every spot, but now it's kind of pointless. And then I don't always put a box down. Try to get rid of the barbed wire, too. But yeah, sometimes I'll just spend hours building these AOs out with camps and whatnot. Like every 3 camps, I'll put one down. Then maybe once in a blue moon, I'll also put a cache down, but I already have all those caches set up back there. Because again, there's a lot for this AO. What we will remove is the vehicle buildup here. Because at this point, the vehicles have either been deployed or deaded. I will keep some of the caches here and there, though. That one I will keep as well. Then, yeah, I have a freaking camp up here, too. I don't think they're going to get to the camp, but we'll see. Yeah, I was about to say, I know I had a camp cache in the middle that they blew up earlier. And then, yeah, all the bridges got rebuilt, so... all the positions re-garrisoned. I mean, if it's still working, you know, might as well reuse it, right? Blue 4 had control of this territory here, but Op 4 took it back and have completed an encirclement, so now it's just a matter of oof. And then, where do we want to put our starting AO? What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do a teleport. So we'll put it, like, here, and then... wherever they decide to go, I'll just, like any Blue 4 area, I'll just put a teleporter down and they can go in. But the op is literally going to be another, it's going to be a repeat of the previous one. So clearing camps, caches, bridges, wherever they go and clear will be reflected on the map. But again, AO focus will be on breaking the encirclement, and then, you know, they can assault the towns again. I feel like we're going to need some additional camps on the border as well to represent hard points. Hold on, now we're just going to do that. I am going to load the previous file and load all the camps tied to that. Clear my camps. Hey, John, how you doing? I don't have melee in this mod set, mainly because melee kills aren't counted, and I rely on the kill counts for the roster of enemy forces. So if they're not counted, how am I supposed to know? You know. Deadman. Oh, is Deadman working on the Gore mod? I didn't know that, but that makes a lot of sense on how well it's optimized. I wouldn't be surprised. Man is the scripting goat. Yeah, so if I were to get these camps, like, copied. And yeah, what Roger said goes for anyone. If you have a sub and you want to add a custom kit to this campaign, I'm going to say now that I think everything is fine because we're going to Deadman switch all of those kits. So in theory, they should blow up. At least that's the goal. I would make them satchels, but that might get too close to players and kill them, so we're going to do charges. All right, let's see where these camps end up. I think that would be fine for, like, border control, but we'll see. Yeah, so we literally have, like, a double camp right there. Now we're just making sure that nothing, you know, double spawned. Nope. And then we got more of the Dishkas deployed. And that means we can technically pull it to that. So yeah, there'll be a payment for breaking the encirclement. There'll be a payment for breaking the bridges. There'll be a payment for potentially raiding. I don't think we'll do payouts for Tan-An, but I'll state, like, you know, there's bonus gear there. And then, you know, clearing camps, clearing bridges, all that stuff. But I want them to focus on the breaking of the encirclement. So the AO focus will probably be right here. But it depends on how many players we have show up to the op. So I'm going to get that written up. But after that, I think we'll take a break. And we'll be back in about an hour. No, 2 hours. A little less than 2 hours for POG. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, right, Daz says. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Doing good. You should spawn in Bigfoot or Mothman. I wish we had that. How to join an op? John, type exclamation point Discord. That'll put you in my main Discord. That should be a hub for everything else I do. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.